winter in the central northern Rockies. Man, I love it. It's going to drop in temperature here, and it's going to drop big time, maybe minus 35 degrees like it has the last couple of winters. And my name is Alan Sills, and I want to be prepared for that, and I want to talk with you a little bit about preparation for winter in your RV. Take a look at some of the things that need to be done, things that you can do to make sure that life goes on and you don't destroy your rig and you also don't live a minimal existence lifestyle. So I'm going to give you a walk around and let you take a look at some of the things that I do. In addition to everything you're about to see, I'm also going to get a 120-gallon propane tank delivered by a company named Ferrell. I'll give you a contact for that so that you can, if you need one, get the information. I'll also give you links to all the other things that I do and things that I've purchased so you know what it is that I'm working with to winterize. Okay? So if you're finding this video on YouTube or whatever, click the button. It'll bring you over to my post. It'll give you all the information. Otherwise, if you're on my post, great. Thank you for being here. Read it, enjoy it, and hopefully it'll prove to be of value to you. All right, Alan Sills here. Thank you. You take care, and here we go. Okay, so let's start here on the southern side of my RV. I strategically chose to make sure the southern side had the refrigerator accessible so that it gets sun during the majority of the day, and also that my water lines got as much sun and heat as possible during the course of the day. You'll notice that I have blue board running around the base of the rig. This is my third season of using this blue board, and even though the Gorilla Tape looks kind of sketchy, it works. You'll notice there are also areas where air can easily get in and out. Right now, that's going to be filled in as we get a little closer to the real cold weather. So a lot of these gaps that you see will either be filled in by snow down near the ground, or a little higher up I've got additional pieces of blue board. Additionally, my underbelly, which you can't see, has some blue board that's been added to the existing insulation so that it's a little bit more winterproof underneath. Now, there's a whole bunch of spaghetti of wiring here. The wiring here first goes to my truck for the block heater so that my diesel can be plugged in, and it does drop down to minus 35 here, so I got to be ready for it. Second, you'll notice that there's a wire line that is going over towards the blue board, and that goes to a 250 watt heat lamp, which is already flipped to the on position. So as soon as I plug it in, I've got that end of the underbelly being heated, and it's right underneath the battery compartment, so that the battery should receive a little bit of heat from that too and help the battery. Now, the line here connects with this cord that goes over and around to the north side and connects to my outside outlet, and that puts the electric to this to these utilities, the 250 watt bulb and to the block heater off of my interior power, which is a 15 amp line to that particular part of the RV. Why do that? Well, out here we've got a pedestal. The pedestal has the 50 amp connection, which I have connected to a power surge protector, and I'll show you that in a minute. And I've got links on all the stuff I'm going to show you here, so if you want to get it and get it at the best price, I can recommend that. The 50 amp is going into the RV, and of course it splits into two lines, which I believe have 15 amp protectors on each. So the one line will serve the 250 watt bulb and the block heater along with the bedroom area of my RV, so that should be able to handle that. The pedestal here has a 20 amp line that is separate from the 50, and that 20 amp is GFI protected. Now it already has from the campground, you see a cord running around there, that goes to a little copper heating tube to make sure that the water coming out of the ground from the campground stays liquid. And you can see that there's a trash bag filled with fiberglass. That's the campground's innovation. From there I pick up. I have a Camco heated hose. It is guaranteed to minus 42, and for a 3-year guarantee, it's not cheap, but it runs directly into the compartment, and I'm not expecting any trouble from that this winter. It's got excellent reviews on Amazon, and again, I'll give you a link. You'll notice there's a little more spaghetti here of wiring. This wiring here is connecting a couple of things. First of all, my sewer hose is behind this blue board. You can see where it pokes out down at the end. And under the sewer hose is a sewer caddy, and between is a heat tape line. So that heat tape is connecting here and will be plugged in as soon as temperatures warrant that, and that will go into the 20 amp at the pedestal in addition to my heated hose. I want to make sure I don't overload that 20 amp circuit. The heated hose pulls 25 watts per foot, so a 10 watts per foot, so a 25 foot hose, which is what this is, pulls 250 watts and typically 3 amps, but upwards of 5 amps of charge. So you know, I'm trying to work within the limits of what I have here. The other wiring here goes to a 100-watt bulb, which is underneath, and I've got photos of this. It connects, it's underneath the sewer line and the sewer connector. So I'm trying to keep that a little bit warmer. And then as I work my way back, you can see there's an additional cord coming out near the sewer line, and that's a 250 watt bulb, a heat lamp that's running near my gravity tank and will heat the other end of the RV underneath just a little bit. And that's all you really need, is just a little bit. As I mentioned before, this is the surge protector, and again, I'll give you some information on that so that if you want to get one, you can go through my link on Amazon and get the best price. The sewer line here, what you see exposed, I'll probably put some fiberglass on it to take care of what's left of this if it becomes an issue. Remember, it's on the south side, so the amount of time during the winter where this is going to be a real serious problem is fairly short term. Oh, one more thing while I'm still on this side. This is the entrance to the outside of my refrigerator, and I'm going to see if I can open it up. And what you'll see here is a light bulb. That light bulb is up against some metal barrier, and that metal barrier is there because I don't want to set any of the wiring on fire. Each compartment is a little bit different, so you'll have to think about how it is that you design yours. Coming around to the north side. The north side will be under snow cover for a considerably greater period of time. Typically here where I am in the central northern Rockies up at about 7,000 feet until early part of April, possibly the middle of April. And as I come towards my door, notice the use of bubble wrap. The bubble wrap is between the screen door and the door itself, provides excellent insulation. And I've done the same thing if I go inside. You can see here there's some clear glass that I can access in the lower part of my bay window, but as I look higher up, it's all bubble wrapped. If I look back towards the big windows, same thing. Bubble wrap about 2/3 of the way, 3/4 of the way, and then the last quarter is just glass. So I'm trying to give as much insulation as possible and still let light in and leave the world working as normally as possible with the water running and with the heat and everything else. I mentioned in the first part of the video there's going to be a 120-gallon Ferrol gas tank here, and that's likely to go right in this open area here. So it'll be off to the side of the RV, and the entrance to the gas is over on the other side, but I want it here on the south side where the snow will melt off it faster, and where it'll be out of my way in case they don't get rid of it before I choose to leave. All right, that'll about do it. Thank you.